Next, building on the cog controller we created, we can add different pivot controllers to the car rig to fine-tune the whole car from different positions. We know the center of gravity is between the four wheels, so we can create a controller between the two front wheels to fine-tune the car's rotation from the front. By the same logic, we can also create a controller between the two rear wheels to make some fine adjustments from the rear. So let's do this together. In the last section, we already found the center points of the four wheels, so we don't need to repeat that step here. This saves us a lot of time. I'll hide the model first. Then let's draw the controller, again using the CV curve tool in linear mode. Then let's hold down the spacebar, click the left mouse button, and switch to the front view. Let's draw a slightly different shape here. Let's draw it together. We'll hold X to snap to the grid. See, I've drawn a rectangle first. Then on the right side of this rectangle, I'll draw another square. Now pay attention here. When this edge comes back, I'll click back along it, and then draw another rectangle on the other side. This way, I'll have a square with a rectangle attached to its left and right sides. Press F to frame it. What are we going to use this for? Later, we'll select the corresponding sides and move them back a bit. This will make it look more like a front and rear bumper shape. And as always, let's give it a name. Let's call it square. Then duplicate it. This will be our front controller. Let's rename it here. We'll call it C front 0001. Then remember to group it. This group is the 0 group. Then show the model again. Just like we did with the cog controller, we use the center points of the front two wheels to apply a point constraint to the 0 group. It snaps to this position. Then we need to move it. I'll select these points and move them forward. Then scale it. Move it up slightly. Try to place it in a reasonable position. Then adjust the shape. Then switch back to object mode. This way you see its pivot point is still consistent with the 0 group. And note here, the translate, rotate, and scale all have no values, and there's no history. So let's give it a color. We'll use yellow again here. And we'll do the same for the rear controller. This depends on our own preference. We could use the controller we just drew, duplicate it, and do it again. Or we can just duplicate this front one we made. Then change the name. This one is called back. Then use the center points of the two rear tires to apply a point constraint to it. Delete the point constraint. So next, we need to adjust this controller. Because it's clearly not in the position we want. The controller itself is inside the car right now. So let's select these points and move them back. Also, let's move these two sides over here. I think that's about right. Move it up slightly. Okay, so the front and rear controllers are now both done. So next, we need to put these controllers themselves into a hierarchy. Let's put the rear controller under the front controller as its child. This way, when we control the car from the front, the rear controller will follow. And then we can use the rear controller to fine-tune it further. Then we put the front controller under the cog controller as its child. And then let's take a look. Right now, it's this kind of hierarchy. So here we need to make a new group. This group is our C, low back 0001. It's also used to control the model. We select this rear controller, apply a parent constraint to it, then put it under the trans group that represents the cog. Put the model back under it. This way, see, when I move the rear controller, it can adjust our car. When we move the front controller, it can also be adjusted, and we still have the cog controller to adjust it. Also, we'll notice something here. We've been creating a trans group each time, and we've actually put the entire model group inside the trans group controlled by the lowest level controller. The ones above it aren't really useful anymore. So, if we want to clean this up, we can also take this rear trans group and put it directly under the geometry group. Deleting the ones above it is also fine, because this way we are still controlling the car as a whole. But we must be careful here. To ensure the model could be scaled uniformly, we applied a scale constraint to the world controller's trans group. Now that we've deleted that group, we must apply a scale constraint to the current top-level trans group. We select the rear controller, select this trans group. Then in constraint find scale. This way, when we use the world controller to scale the model, it will still have the uniform scaling effect. Finally, don't forget to clean up the two controllers. We don't need their scale and visibility attributes. We'll lock and hide them both. This way, our car's front and rear pivot controllers are now complete.